Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heart Space Atelier. I'm Henry. I'm your host. Thank you so much for being here and for finding your way to this divine, beautiful, heart led space. I hope you're enjoying the most beautiful beginning of June, and it is currently a very cloudy day over here. I'm drinking my rice coconut matcha with maple syrup, highly recommend. And this may or may not be the last time you are going to see me in this environment. You are going to see me with this background, and there's so many things that are currently shifting in my life and happening, which I think there's going to be another point for me to get into it. But today, we are talking about something that I have been pondering and thinking about, which is devoting yourself to beauty. This morning, as I was having my breakfast, I watched a video where this girl was basically talking about how important it is to invite beauty into your life, to gaze at physical beauty, to appreciate physical arts, and that there is such a beautiful connection between divinity and beauty, and that it has a very deep effect on our mental well being. And that is why when we appreciate something greater than us, for example, like our favorite song, and we play the song in our headphones and we go for a walk in the rain, in that moment we may feel something greater than us is making our inner wells overflow. Or, for example, like when you sit inside a church, or when you are in awe of Mother Nature's beauty. There's so many different forms. It basically lowers your anxiety levels, it eases your mind in such magical ways. And I want to talk with you today about how I am kind of devoting myself to beauty, how and why I've always been somebody that has had it pretty easy when it comes to like creating a beautiful environment for myself, like I'm a very aesthetic beauty type of led person. So like my space, I want it to be very cozy and beautiful. I love practicing like beauty, glamour, magic in my own ways. I'm very deeply into all of that, which is also why I created my jewelry brand, charms.com, which, by the way, there's still a couple of pieces left of my initial drop before the website gets revamped, and I am going to be creating the next things. The necklaces that are still there, I will never recreate again. So if you want to check them out, feel free to do so. Link in the description box. In this world, it is an act of rebellion to create a beautiful environment for yourself, because these days, collectively, we have moved from taking our time with creating buildings, for example, and building them as detailed and beautiful and aesthetically pleasing to look at. We've moved from that to sufficiency and practicality. And, the buildings that are being built nowadays look so boring. And there's a reason for that, because humanity has unlearned how to appreciate beauty, how to appreciate long lasting beauty. And to me, that is a big problem. And that, to me, is also what is leading to mass consumption and so many people, so many of us not being able to appreciate the most incredible, beautiful things around us, because everything seems to be so fast paced. Also, if I'm not looking at the camera, I don't know why, guys, but like for the past couple of episodes, or like general in my videos and readings, I have been having such a hard time like focusing on looking into the camera because like I feel like I think best when I'm up in my head and I like kind of gaze somewhere around the room. Like I don't know, that makes sense. Anyway, so don't mind me. And since this world has unlearned the importance of beauty, I think one of the most important things you should do in order to stay sane and keep appreciating the beauty in life is creating a beautiful environment for yourself in your home. Okay? Whether you have a bedroom for yourself, whether you have a whole apartment for yourself, a house, whether you live with different people, it doesn't matter. Whatever you call your home, whatever is your current space of home, you owe it to yourself to make it a beautiful place. And me and a close friend of mine, we were recently in the same situation where we were living somewhere that we didn't really like. And this is also the reason I'm moving. Like, thank God it's all happening now. But we came to the conclusion that even though we knew we would be moving out in a matter of months, we should make our homes feel the most beautiful because that is not time wasted, you know? So if you are like, I don't know, in between places, or you still live at your parents' house, or you know that you want to move somewhere, and it's only a matter of time till you actually do so, I still highly encourage you to make your current space the most beautiful space. Make it like an inner oasis that is reflected on the physical plane, you know? Light your candles, create a cozy environment, get those salt lamps, like whatever it is that you need to do, whatever your vibe is, because beauty is incredibly subjective, you know? You may absolutely hate the things I love, and I may absolutely hate the things you love, you know? But it is so important to create a peaceful, beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, physical heaven for yourself. Another reason why I think I've never unlearned the power of beauty is that I am not afraid to create. I am not afraid to create crap. I am not afraid to create a masterpiece. I am not afraid to create something incredibly mundane and boring. When I sit at my piano, when I play the guitar, when I sing, when I write, which is something I mostly do on the daily, I am not afraid to fuck up because any creation is important and beautiful at its core. So I want you to stop depending on perfection because beauty is not perfect. Perfection is in a completely different realm that is an illusion as well, because nothing is ever 1,000% perfect. Nothing. And once we get the hang of that and like understand it, and we stop being so scared of creating, like I've heard so many people say shit like, oh my God, but I don't want to draw, I don't want to like sing because I'm bad at it. Honey, maybe that is the point. Maybe that is exactly why you should be doing it. Not because you have to always prove something to yourself, but because your soul is meant to sing freely. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be about singing, it can be about painting, writing poetry, dancing. And I do all these things because for my whole life, I've been given the blessing of me feeling very comfortable and safe doing it. Now, presenting it to other people is a whole nother story. And this is also something that I have started dipping my little toes into. Like, I would say 2 years ago, it started when I was able to finally like sing in front of people. I also released a couple of songs on the internet. I may link those below, or like if anyone of you wants to hear them, just let me know. I'll send you the link. And, there was, for example, like a social gathering a couple of months ago where they were playing the guitar. It was basically like a bunch of my mom's friends. And a lot of them are very like musical, and very talented. And they were just like singing songs. And, you know, I was there and they asked me to sing a song. And I was really scared and I was shaking, but I did it anyway because one thing I also realized is even though using your voice, and this is just coming from my perspective as like a singer, artist, all of that, your voice is simply an instrument because we get it twisted, like when you play the piano, for example, play the guitar, you're well aware that it is an instrument you play and it is outside of you, and therefore you feel safer playing it in front of people. Whereas, like when you're singing, for example, it is so intimate and it feels so scary because it's like you are sharing your soul. You're pouring your soul out to somebody and you do not know if they are even going to receive it well and with love. But you have to realize that your voice is simply an instrument. And so everything you do, everything you create, the pen you take to write, the poetry you write, the book you write, all of that is an instrument orchestrated by divinity, and divinity is flowing through you as you are creating. And therefore, it is not entirely yours. And yesterday I had an experience where I was sitting down right there. And I was writing in my journal and I wrote a song, and this song flew through me. Like it poured through me like nothing has ever before. Like I was simply the messenger, I was just the writer, but divinity was channeling through me. It truly felt like that because I wasn't even thinking. Like I was in such a flow state where I was just writing. My head was completely empty and I saw what I was writing. I was like, oh my goodness, where's this coming from? So yeah, this may be the next song I shall release. I don't know. We shall see. It is extremely important to move from a place of perfection to a place of deep acceptance and appreciation when it comes to anything you create and when it comes to your beauty, you know? Because perfection kills beauty, and perfection is not rooted in beauty, it is rooted in self doubt, shame, and self hate. That is not okay. So I am very humbled by the divine, and whenever something is channeling and writing and singing through me, but I would never ever say that my work is worthless or bad anymore. I would never ever say that because I'm simply the tool. I'm simply the instrument. And anything you create, you are simply the channel, you know? So this makes us realize that we don't have to be so selfish and and ego driven about it because at the end of the day, it's not just us. It is some form of divinity, some form of energy flowing through us that makes it so special. And something that has been a whole life's work of mine, especially in my young adulthood until now, and for many years to come, and hopefully my whole life I shall be devoted to that, which is appreciating the beauty in the mundane and appreciating the beauty and magic that surrounds us in moments where we wouldn't really notice it if we were, stressed, overwhelmed, distracted, looking at our phones, not open to receive. There's so many moments where recently I had those moments appear and I would be like, oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. I'm so glad I looked up and I wasn't on my phone. Or, oh my goodness, I overheard such a beautiful conversation at the cafe as I was ordering my coffee. I'm so glad I was listening. I was present enough. And you can get messages from God all around you, literally all around you. Also, my computer just went off. Okay. If you just tune in, if you just tune in, you are going to see and appreciate and notice and receive those messages because they are all around you, honey. They're all around you. You just have to tune in. You just have to tune in. And you can ask for a sign, and that is a beautiful form of beauty as well. When you're feeling lost and you don't know what to do in your life, you can simply say, send me a sign to help me know that I am on the right path. Send me a white pigeon. Send me a yellow bus. Send me sunshine. Send me a rainbow in any shape, way, or form, and the rainbow may come as a rainbow sticker or as a rainbow t-shirt on somebody else or a literal rainbow. It could be anything. But life is your canvas, and it is time for you to to pour beauty over it because it is up to you. You are the one that is in charge of the canvas. And now you can live your life in the most boring, mundane ways, or you can shift it and paint your whole canvas in the most colorful, vibrant colors. It's really up to you. There's so many ways of beauty that will ease our minds and free ourselves from certain stagnant emotions, especially if you create a healing, beautiful environment for yourself in your home and you keep your place clean and organized. That is also a very specific type of beauty that is so needed because our space reflects our inner state and vice versa. So I feel at my core like the best and most organized and capable when my space is clean, when, I decluttered, when I sold my things, when I gave away things I no longer need, things like that. And when I just I don't know, I swept the floor, I was vacuuming, cleaning the windows, and after all that, lighting some incense and cleansing the space. After that, I feel reborn, you know? Or taking a magical everything shower and cleansing our entire being. Those are forms of beauty, you know? And especially back in the day, people didn't have that luxury. Only high class people could draw baths. Their servants would make them baths. And these days, you can literally we're so privileged to have this luxury, and we should treat it as a luxury, and we should treat it as a beautiful ritual because it can be exactly that. When we take a shower, when we clean our space, when we have breakfast, all of that are beautiful, beauty infused rituals. And we shouldn't be running around not appreciating the incredible miracles that they are. You can shift it, and you can literally create beauty in situations where others are just rushing through it. Drinking your tea can be a sacred act of creating beauty and ease for yourself. You don't have to rush through it. When you start appreciating it, things shift in magical ways, especially in your nervous system. It may feel unsafe. I struggle with this as well, a lot of the times, actually. I try to practice what I preach, but also I sometimes do have a hard time with it. For example, yesterday, I had a bit too much coffee, and it felt as if I was trying to distract myself the whole day and I could not stand still. I don't know what was happening, but it was really like I had a hard time. Whereas today, I feel like I'm more at ease, I'm more mindful, and I'm really enjoying it. So the more we tune into that energy, the easier it's going to become for us. Speaking of easy, have you heard of the Easy Life course created by me? I created a online course a couple of weeks ago, which is basically 4 30-minute chapters where we dive deep into how we can create an easy and beautiful life for ourselves. Because life is meant to be easy. Life is meant to be felt like it's easy. And in today's day and age, we lost the art of being in the moment. We lost the art of appreciating the beauty in the mundane, and we lost the art of ease because so many things just feel hard today, even when they aren't. Like, oh my goodness, I have to get groceries. Like, what a blessing is that? Or, oh my goodness, I need to wash my hair. What a blessing is that? Hello. So, if you want to dive deeper into this and shift your mindset a bit and create a life of ease, check out my little course called The Easy Life. It's just $11 as of right now because I decided to just reduce the price to make it available for as many people as possible because I wholeheartedly stand behind what I created and I think is so beneficial and needed, and I will be tuning into my own course whenever I need it because, as I said, something channeled through me. Especially in this episode, it feels like the energy of beauty is channeling through me and telling me what I have to say. Anyways, my beautiful love bugs, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you did. I would love to hear from you. Never be afraid to comment and let me know, or to even DM me on Instagram at henrywrose. I would love to hear from you. I love connecting with you so, so much. It is my greatest honor and makes me so, so happy that our community is growing day by day and that there's so many lovely people here. And I just want to say thank you. If you have been a silent listener, or if you have commented before, or if you are about to, or whatever it is that you do in this space, I just want to thank you so much. And you mean the world to me. And I'm so grateful to have you here. It is an honor. And yes, I hope to be seeing you in the next episode, or whether you're watching this on Spotify. By the way, oh my goodness, guys, I plan on bringing this podcast to Apple Music. If any of you who are watching on YouTube right now and you would like to listen on Apple Music, feel free to let me know so I will speed up the process, okay? Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.